Welcome to Nexus List. In today's video we will be exploring our top 15 picks of mangas like Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's start right away. Number 15 Black Clover. In a world full of magic, Asta, an orphan who is overly loud and energetic, possesses none whatsoever. Despite this, he dreams of becoming the Wizard King, a title bestowed upon the strongest mage in the Clover Kingdom. Possessing the same aspiration, Asta's childhood friend and rival Yuno has been blessed with the ability to control powerful wind magic. Even with this overwhelming gap between them, hoping to somehow awaken his magical abilities and catch up to Yuno, Asta trains his body relentlessly every day. In the Clover Kingdom, once a person turns 15 years old, it is time for them to receive their grimoire, an item allowing its wielder to use their magic to its full capacity. At the ceremony, Yuno obtains a grimoire with a legendary 4-leaf clover, indicating the exceptional strength of its wielder, while Asta pointlessly waits for his. Feeling dejected, yet unwilling to give up, Asta sees Yuno caught by a mage who is trying to steal Yuno's special grimoire. Despite being completely overpowered by Yuno's captor, Asta's will to keep fighting rewards him with his very own grimoire, one with an unheard of black 5-leaf clover. Number 14 Kemono Jihen. When dead animals mysteriously start appearing in a remote village, a specialist from Tokyo named Kahachi Inugami is brought in to identify the cause. Upon arriving, Inugami finds a young boy named Kabane working in the fields and quickly befriends him, eventually bringing him on to help solve the case. As the two get closer to the truth, Inugami's suspicion that Kabane is more than human begins to grow stronger, and he decides to employ the boy at his detective office, dedicated to solving cases related to the supernatural. Number 13 Kekkaishi. By night, junior high student Yoshimori Sumimura is a Kekkaishi, a demon hunter who specializes in creating magical barriers around his prey. By day, Yoshimori's got some other demons to battle. An addiction to sweets and a seriously crotchety grandfather. Yoshimori's pretty 16-year-old neighbor and childhood friend, Taken Yukimura, is also a Kekkaishi, but their families are feuding over who is the true practitioner of the art. Number 12 Tougen Anki. Shiki Ichinis, an inheritor of the blood of Oni, had lived out his entire childhood oblivious to this fact. However, when an unknown man comes rushing into his home and attempts to assassinate him, his foster father finally reveals the truth. In a world where Oni and Mamoru have never been able to coexist, join Ichinis in his struggle for power and unifying the two races. Number 11 Claymore. It is the Middle Ages, and the remnants of mankind are plagued by paranoia and death. Spoken in fearful whispers, the word Yoma cuts a clear image into the minds of all, monstrous beings with an insatiable hunger for human flesh. But fear of their gruesome appetite is dwarfed by that of their ability to shapeshift and steal the memories of their last meal. Forever vulnerable to attack, humans live in unease, even among family. There are few means to kill a Yoma. The organization, informally known as Claymore, is humanity's only line of defense, dispatching half-human, half-Yoma female warriors to purify villages of Yoma. A lonely and dangerous existence, death for these warriors comes with each new assignment. What time is found between trying battles and long, arduous travels is spent in ever-intensifying struggle to resist their Yoma blood and maintain their humanity. Villagers, knowing of this, pay for their security reluctantly and have only loathsome regard for their protectors. Claymore follows the stoic and low-ranking member Claire in her daunting trek as she searches for personal vengeance. Along the way, she encounters many unexpected things about the world, from the camaraderie and hope held fast by her sisters in arms to the sinister truth behind the Claymore organization. Number 10 Hunter x Hunter. Secret treasure hoards, undiscovered wealth, mystical places, unexplored frontiers, the mysterious unknown. There's magic in such words for those captivated by its spell. They are called hunters. Gon Freaks wants to become a hunter so he can find his father, a man who abandoned him to pursue a life of adventure. But it's not that simple. Only 1 in 100,000 can pass the hunter exam, and that is just the first obstacle on his journey. During the hunter exam, Gon befriends many other potential hunters, such as the mysterious Killua, the revenge-driven Kurapika, and Leorio, who aims to become a doctor. There's a world of adventure and peril awaiting, and those who embrace it with open arms can become the greatest hunters of them all. Number 9 Jigokuraku. Gabimaru the Hollow, a ninja of the Wagakure village known for being cold and emotionless, was set up by his fellow ninja and is now on death row. Tired of killing and betrayal, he wants to die. However, no method of execution works on him because as much as the seemingly apathetic Gabimaru refuses to admit it, he does have a reason to live. He wants to return to his wife, who was the reason why he softened up and failed to be an effective assassin. Thus, he refuses to die. Asaman the Decapitator, a famous executioner, sees this and has a proposal for the ninja. She wants Gabimaru to join an expedition to an island south of Japan in search of the elixir of life in exchange for a full pardon by the shogunate. However, this island isn't a normal island. It's believed to be paradise. However, the island is full of mysteries and the exploring team, consisting of those marked for death, might not be fully prepared to handle them. Number 8 Tokyo Ghoul. Lurking within the shadows of Tokyo are frightening beings known as ghouls, who satisfy their hunger by feeding on humans once night falls. An organization known as the Commission of Counter-Ghoul, CCG, has been established in response to the constant attacks on citizens and as a means of purging these creatures. However, the problem lies in identifying ghouls as they disguise themselves as humans, living amongst the masses, so that hunting prey will be easier. Ken Kaneki, an unsuspecting university freshman, finds himself caught in a world between humans and ghouls when his date turns out to be a ghoul after his flesh. Barely surviving this encounter after being taken to a hospital, he discovers that he has turned into a half-ghoul as a result of the surgery he received. Unable to satisfy his intense craving for human meat through conventional means, Kaneki is taken in by friendly ghouls who run a coffee shop in order to help him with his transition. As he begins what he thinks will be a peaceful new life, little does he know that he is about to find himself at the center of a war between his new comrades and the forces of the CCG, and that his new existence has caught the attention of ghouls all over Tokyo. Number 7 Dorohedoro. Whole, a dark, decrepit, and disorderly district where the strong prey on the weak and death is an ordinary occurrence, is all but befitting of the name given to it. A realm separated from law and ethics, it is a testing ground to the magic users who dominate it. As a race occupying the highest rungs of their society, the magic users think of the denizens of Whole as no more than insects. Murdered, mutilated, and made experiments without a second thought, the powerless Whole dwellers litter the halls of Whole's hospital on a daily basis. Possessing free access to and from the cesspool, and with little challenge to their authority, the magic users appear indomitable to most, aside for a few. Kaiman, more reptile than man, is one such individual. He hunts them on a heedless quest for answers with only a trusted pair of bayonets and his immunity to magic. Cursed by his appearance and tormented by nightmares, magic users are his only clue to restoring his life to normal. With his biggest obstacle being his stomach, his female companion Mikaedu, who runs the restaurant Hungry Bug, is his greatest ally. Set in a gritty world of hellish design, Dorohedoro manages a healthy blend of comedy and lightheartedness with death and carnage. Taking plenty of twists and turns, while following the lives of Whole's residents, it weaves a unique world of unearthly origin and dreary appearance, not for the squeamish or easily disturbed. Number 6 Ao no Exorcist. After a fight with his foster father Shiru Fujimoto, Rin Akimura's life is transformed overnight when Rin is revealed to be the son of the demon lord Satan, king of the demonic realm of Gehenna. Soon after, his foster father becomes possessed and dies at the hands of Satan, leaving Rin and his twin brother Yukio alone in the world. Seeking revenge for Fujimoto's death, Rin attends True Cross Academy with Yukio in order to become an exorcist and join the Knights of the True Cross. Rin's new path, however, is filled with many difficulties. While new classes and dealing with his peers are already troublesome enough, he is also forced to conceal his newfound demonic powers and parentage. In addition, plenty of evildoers want to use him for their own ends. One misstep could lead to disaster, as not everyone at True Cross Academy is exactly who they seem to be. Number 5 Black Torch. 17-year-old Jiro Azuma lives a quiet life with his grandfather, utilizing his supernatural ability to speak with animals to befriend and protect them. Both Jiro and his grandfather are descendants of a long-standing shinobi clan, training in combat to keep the art of battle alive within their family. Jiru's life is thrown into upheaval after rescuing a seemingly normal black cat, Ragu, only to discover that the cat is actually a Mononoke, a demonic spirit that has long been at war with mankind. When a hostile Mononoke comes looking for Ragu, Jiru uses his shinobi training to jump to the cat's defense, but immediately suffers a mortal wound. Faced with the decision of whether or not to devour Jiru's fading energy and restore himself to full power, Ragu instead chooses to give his remaining energy to Jiru. Reviving the boy, the transfer also grants him great supernatural powers that complement his own shinobi fighting style. This act is witnessed by Ryosuke Shiba, an officer in the Bureau of Espionage, whose job revolves around dispatching aggressive Mononoke. Shiba extends Jiru and his grandfather an offer to join the Bureau's new squad, Black Torch, and help them battle powerful Mononoke who seek to devour innocent people. Number 4 Bleach. For as long as he can remember, high school student Ichigo Kurosaki has been able to see the spirits of the dead, but that has not stopped him from leading an ordinary life. One day, Ichigo returns home to find an intruder in his room who introduces herself as Rukia Kichiki, a soul reaper tasked with helping souls pass over. Suddenly, the two are jolted from their conversation when a hollow, an evil spirit known for consuming souls, attacks. As Ichigo makes a brash attempt to stop the hollow, Rukia steps in and shields him from a counterattack. Injured and unable to keep fighting, Rukia suggests a risky plan: transfer half of her Soul Reaper powers to Ichigo. He accepts and, to Rukia's surprise, ends up absorbing her powers entirely, allowing him to easily dispatch the hollow. Now a Soul Reaper himself, Ichigo must take up Rukia's duties of exterminating hollows and protecting spirits, both living and dead. Along with his friends Orihime Inoue and Yasutora Sato, who later discover spiritual abilities of their own, Ichigo soon learns that the consequences of becoming a Soul Reaper and dealing with a world of spirits are far greater than he ever imagined. Number 3 Kimetsu no Yaiba. Tanjiro Kamado lives with his impoverished family on a remote mountain. As the oldest sibling, he took upon the responsibility of ensuring his family's livelihood after the death of his father. On a cold winter day, he goes down to the local village in order to sell some charcoal. As dusk falls, he is forced to spend the night in the house of a curious man who cautions him of strange creatures that roam the night, malevolent demons who crave human flesh. When he finally makes his way home, Tanjiro's worst nightmare comes true. His entire family has been brutally slaughtered with the sole exception of his sister Nezuko, who has turned into a flesh-eating demon. Engulfed in hatred and despair, Tanjiro desperately tries to stop Nezuko from attacking other people, setting out on a journey to avenge his family and find a way to turn his beloved sister back into a human. Number 2 Yu Yu Hakusho. 14-year-old thug Yusuke Urameshi spends his days skipping school and causing trouble for the adults in his life. Yusuke regularly engages in street brawls against rival Kazuma Kuwabara and ridicules his childhood friend Keiko Yukimura. Filled with self-loathing and the burden of an alcoholic mother, Yusuke sacrifices it all in a split-second decision. He tackles a small child out of the way of an oncoming car, losing his life in the process. Spirit guide Boten intervenes, allowing Yusuke to see how the people in his life react to his death. He is moved by the emotional ruin his loss causes his mother, Keiko, and even Kuwabara. Additionally, due to his death's heroic nature, he receives an opportunity to return to life from the spirit world ruler's son, Koma. Koma hires Yusuke as a spirit detective and tasks him with solving a series of increasingly challenging paranormal mysteries. Battling and befriending demons such as the beautiful Kurama and hostile Hae, Yusuke further develops and utilizes his skills as a fighter. But as dark forces move in the underworld, Yusuke struggles alongside his companions to defend everything he took for granted. Number 1 Chainsaw Man. Denji has a simple dream: to live a happy and peaceful life, spending time with a girl he likes. This is a far cry from reality, however, as Denji is forced by the Yakuza into killing devils in order to pay off his crushing debts. Using his pet devil Pachita as a weapon, he is ready to do anything for a bit of cash. Unfortunately, he has outlived his usefulness and is murdered by a devil in contract with the Yakuza. However, in an unexpected turn of events, Pachita merges with Denji's dead body and grants him the powers of a chainsaw devil. Now able to transform parts of his body into chainsaws, a revived Denji uses his new abilities to quickly and brutally dispatch his enemies. Catching the eye of the official devil hunters who arrive at the scene, he is offered work at the Public Safety Bureau as one of them. Now with the means to face even the toughest of enemies, Denji will stop at nothing to achieve his simple teenage dreams. Thank you for watching. Please let us know if you have any suggestions for mangas like Jujutsu Kaisen in the comments below. See you next time in the Nexus.